Now, this is Monday, nada que ver. Nah.
Tuesday.
What value of x makes the equation modeled below true? Okay. What do I have on the left? What do I have on the right?
2x plus 3 equals 3x plus 1.
In the left, in the left, I have what?
2x plus 3 equals 3x plus 1.
2x plus 3
Equals 3x plus 1.
And what do I have on the right?
3x plus 1.
3x plus 1. Okay. Now, what do you want to use? Do you want to use the equation, substitution, or do you want to use the drawings?
Drawing. Easier.
My eye.
Careful, Mr. Marcos. Yeah, I'll give it to you right now. Actually, they're on the box, Mr. Abando, if you don't mind. Thank you. Now, what do you want to use? Drawings? Okay. What can I take off from both sides? ¿Qué puedo quitar de los dos lados?
1
One what?
square.
One square? How many can I take off?
1.
Why just one?
Because on the other side you don't have like a lot.
And why am I not going to take off 3?
Because the other ones you don't have.
Because
right,
that's
three.
the
other one you only have 1.
one. Exactly.
Does this side have 3?
No.
That's why. So you're just going to take out 1. Now what do you have? Or actually, now what can I take off? Can I take off anything else?
No.
What can I take off?
2x.
How many?
2x.
Why not 3?
Because on one side you don't have 3.
Okay, so I can just take out how many?
2.
1 and a 2. What do I have left?
X equals 2.
X equals what?
2.
2. Careful. X is equal to 2. Now go ahead and try to do the one on the right on your own. All right? So if you're right here with me right now, try it. If you are on the video on YouTube, pause the video and then. I'm a famous YouTuber now.
I'm done, sir.
This one?
Eso sí, ¿verdad?
¿Qué escribe?
Ah, sí, tú.
¿Lo que yo escriba? Claro. Lo que yo ponga, tú pones. Pero va a tener que ser el dedo. ¿Está bien? Okay. Now, how do you want to solve this one? ¿Cómo quieren resolver esta? What value of x makes the equation modeled below true? ¿Va? ¿Cuál quieres hacer? ¿Qué quieres hacer? ¿El mismo? What can I take off from both sides?
4.
4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. No.
1.
Oh, just 1? 1 and a 1. What do I have left?
X equals 5.
Exactly what I write you. The little lines. ¿Vale? Yeah, oh, that's true. Yeah, you can't see it. But my voice is what I want them to hear. You know? So, I'm going to sit right here with you. All right? Give me a little bit of more space. Okay. Now, what do I have now? Anyone?
You got 3.
¿Qué tengo?
3 X's and 1 X.
How many x's do I have?
3.
No.
3. So right here I have 3x
Yeah.
is equal to, how many are these?
9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Okay, what do I have right here? What does this mean?
9 equals 3x.
9 equals 3x. What is the 3x doing?
It's multiplying.
What's the opposite of multiplying by 3?
Dividing. Dividing by 3.
What I do to one side, I
Other
have to
side.
do where? Perfect. Deja. What's falta este? Ahora, what's 9 divided by 3? 3 equals x. This canceled out. Well, what's my answer? G. X equals 3. Perfecto.
¿Cómo va a ser abajo? ¿Cómo va a ser abajo? Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, now, what I want you to do is, I want you to get your workbook out, please. Por favor, por favor.
Lo veo a la mitad. Lo veo a la mitad.
Now, Mr. Armando's gonna go around picking up the daily reviews. Meanwhile, let me go ahead and flip this page. Because for some reason, came out like this. There we go. I want you to go to page 262. We're gonna return to our previous lesson for just a little bit. And it isn't solving inequalities, it's just writing inequalities. I wanna make sure that you guys know this. We're just gonna do, and don't worry, we're just gonna do these for now. We're gonna focus on the keywords at least, less than, at most, no greater than, no more than, and no less than. All you're gonna write, oh yes, you cannot see, that's true. All you're gonna write
There wasn't like sign. Here we go. Now it's.
no greater than, no more than, and no less than. As I mentioned before, all you're gonna write is either, what are these symbols? What are these called? All right, let me point at one and you tell me what it is. What is this one?
Which one? Greater than, less than.
What is this one?
Greater than.
The first one.
Greater than.
What is the second one?
Less than.
What is the third one?
Greater than equals to.
Greater than or what?
Equal to.
That little line, guys,
Is equal
in the bottom, that means equal to. Gracias, Julissa. And last but not least, what about this one?
Or equal to.
Less than
The
equal
fourth
to.
one.
Less than or equal to.
Less than or equal to. Good. Ahora, all you're gonna do is choose one of those. Lo único que van a hacer es coger uno de esos. Okay? I'll give you a little bit of time to try to do it on your own. This is something we already did a while back, last week specifically. Try to do it. Try to guess, try to educatedly determine which one it is for each one. Just those 6 little problems. Go. Aquí tienes que estirar. Este libro es para ti. Le ponemos una. How many have you done? Okay, so that's silence, please. Ahora, let's take a look at them together, guys. At least. What does at least mean?
Less than. Greater than. Greater than. Greater. Equal to.
A ver. Sí, tienes razón. You're right. I want to ask again out loud. Brenda, when I ask you, you know what? For the star, Brenda, I want you to get at least a 9, please. Okay? Let's say. And that's something doable for someone of your intelligence, of course. Now, does that mean, and listen to this, does that mean she can get an 89?
She can, but then you don't want.
If she gets an 89, is she reaching that goal? Can she get an 80?
Yeah.
A 70? A 90?
You don't want it?
Yeah. I mean,
It's a free calculator.
Can she get a 95?
Yes.
100?
Yeah.
1.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, at least 90.
At least 90. What does that mean? Which one of
Greater,
those symbols?
great equals
Let
2.
me see. I can't see.
Greater than or equal to?
Oh,
Greater than equal to.
right here.
Which one?
She said this one.
Greater than equal to.
Greater than or equal to.
Greater than or equal to. That's exactly right. Which one of these is greater than or equal to? 1,
At least.
2, 3, or 4? Ponlo nombres, por favor. 1, 2, 3, or 4?
3.
Yeah, 3.
3? Perfect. Greater than or equal to. But you have to remember to put that little sign in the bottom.
I knew it.
Which one is less than? That should be really simple. Direct, straightforward.
2.
2, good job. Less than is straightforward like that. At most, you know what, Mr. Armando? I can give you at most 10 cookies. What does that mean?
Less than. Greater than, I
Or
mean.
equal to?
Yeah, less than equal to.
Less than or equal to. Which one is less than or equal to, Fabiana? I'm sorry? What? Number 4. Less than or equal to. Now, what about no greater than? No greater than.
Equal to?
Less than or equal to?
Oh, yeah, you said it. Less than equal to.
Why less than?
Because it says no greater than. And no greater than means no greater.
No greater means no puede ser más grande. It cannot be greater. So, less than or what?
Equal to?
Equal to.
Or equal to.
Wait, okay.
It can be 9, but not greater than 9. Once again, no more than. What does that represent, guys? And someone besides Kaden and Mr. Armando, because they are answering everything.
What was it called? You?
No more than. I cannot give you more than
90.
$20. $20. Less than or equal to. What do you say?
No. My bad. Perdón.
Well, why do you say less than or equal to? No more than $20. Can I give you 25? Can I give you 15? 10? That means less or exactly 20. Last one, no less than. It cannot be less than.
Greater than.
Greater than or equal to?
Greater than equal to.
No less than 0. Greater than or equal to. That means please do not get less than a 0 in the test, which is, well, basically impossible.
Yeah.
Unless you did something like, yeah, imagine you got a negative 30, guys. No,
Hey, sir, nice checklist, right?
Okay. That's all I wanted to do in this page. We're good to go. Now the next page that I want to make sure that you guys understand and know es lo mismo. Es lo padre.
I know.
Now, use algebra tiles model and solve each inequality. We are not going to use algebra tiles, do not worry,
Which one's that one? ¿Cuál es?
but we are going to solve them. Go ahead and solve these guys. These two.
Oh, 264. The next one.
Go ahead and solve these two guys, please. And remember, acuérdense, cuando son dos pasos, when it's two steps, what do you do first?
Add subtracting.
Adding or subtracting. That's what you're gonna do first for both. So go ahead and do that first, then do the second step. But first, add or subtract. First, do the opposite of adding or subtracting. Do that, you should be fine. What's the opposite of adding something?
15 times 16. Hold up. Do it again.
Para.
And here's negative. Put the 1 plus and so. Are you done?
And on Friday is the premiere of the Tell Me Why song.
Really?
Yeah, that's my birthday.
Yeah.
But what's how you say?
Wow.
Say on YouTube.
Oh.
Go on, like and subscribe.
Oh.
Yeah, you better like and subscribe. Each like is 1 point for the block push. Right now you have 25, block B has 30, and block C has 15.
26.
Go. Now, it's not my responsibility to tell you about the points. That's on you guys, okay? So whatever you remember to do
Yeah, I
with
got
it,
it right.
that's gonna help you win. Now, okay, let's do it together, guys. Let's do just one clap so that YouTube knows that we do it very good. 3, 2, 1. Okay, block B and block C is gonna hear that. They can hear there was a little bit.
No, it was perfect.
I
It
know.
was perfect. Okay, it was perfect, you guys. Okay. Now, what do we do first?
Subtracting because opposite of adding subtracting.
Opposite of adding or subtracting. That's the first step, guys. So I think it would be a good idea to write in the very top, first step, and then parentheses, adding or subtracting. That's the first step. That should always be the first step. So go ahead and write that. First step is adding and subtracting. Pero está padre como quedó.
Uh-huh. That's
Pretty
true.
cool.
Is that first step? Yes, it's first step.
First step, adding or subtracting. All right? It's because I have the pencil. It's a little difficult to do with the finger, so I appreciate that. Aha, qué ole. If you wanted a better one,
Yeah.
there you go. Now, which one is adding right here?
The first one.
7.
7.
What's the opposite of adding something?
Subtracting. The other 7.
What I do to one side, I have
Other
to do
side.
what? What's 11 minus 7? 4. These cancel each other out, so let's bring everything else down. Everything stayed the same. Exactly the same.
I keep forgetting that. I keep forgetting that.
Now, right now, what are these two doing? Do this.
Multiplying.
What's the opposite of multiplying by 2?
Divided by 2.
Dividing by 2. So let's go ahead and divide by 2. And what I do to one side, I have to do where?
Other side.
Other side. What's 4 divided by 2? So x, if you bring everything else down, or you just move it to the right, that's fine. X is, how do you say that little inequality symbol.
Greater than.
X is greater than 2. Perfecto. We're done. It's the exact same thing, guys. The only difference is this little thing right here. So the second step is multiplying or dividing. Second step. Ya me acostumbré. You can see that, right?
Yeah.
Multiplying or dividing. The division me salió raro, pero ni modo. Now, number 2. What's the opposite of, or actually, what do we do?
Add, because the subtracting of the opposite of subtracting add, so we don't add.
And what I do to one side, I
Other
have
side.
to do
Another-
where?
Another side.
Other side. So, let me erase this. Hopefully you already wrote it. These cancel each other out. These cancel each other out. I bring everything else down. What I do to one side, I do to where?
Other side.
What's 11 plus 4?
15.
15. I'm pretty sure some of you can already take a guess as to what the answer is going to be.
3.
But we do have to do the process. Right now, what are these two? I haven't even, give me a second. What are these two doing?
Multiplying.
What's the opposite of multiplying by?
Dividing by 5.
Dividing by 5. What I do to one side, I
Other
have to
side.
do where?
Other side.
So what's my answer? Can someone take a little...
3. 3. 3.
But tell me the entire thing. Tell me the inequality.
5 divided x is greater than equal to 3.
3. Perfect. That is perfect, guys. Let me ask someone else to make sure they were paying attention. Miss Alejandra, how do you say that?
Greater than or equal to, or H is greater than or equal to.
Maria Jose? How do you say that? Perfect. Okay, so you know your stuff. That's good. Very, very good. Ahora, just want to make sure that you guys understand what happens when we are dividing by a negative. Now, Serena wants to complete the first 3 miles of a 10-mile run in 45 minutes or less running at a steady pace. The inequality 10 minus 0.75p is less than or equal to 7. This is my inequality. They're telling you what is your total. What is your total, guys?
Your total is 45. No, 7.
7.
Less than, greater than 7.
I like that. Now, what are you multiplying by?
7. 0.75.
Perfect, Mr. Armando. Now, Block B and Block C is going to hear that Mr. Armando is very, very smart and is some of the few ones that are participating.
How about me?
No. Whatever we're recording right now, they are here. So if you don't participate, they're going to think.
So you're gonna say how you
Can't read. No. I mean, I'm just letting you know. Now, what are you multiplying by?
0.75.
0.75. And what are you adding just one time?
10.
10. Okay, perfect. This is the exact same thing, guys. The only difference is that we have this little symbol right here. This little symbol represents something else. It's not equal to. We don't have an equal sign anymore. So find P, the pace in miles per hour. She can run to reach her goal. Solve the inequality. Then graph and interpret the solution. You need to use inverse operations to solve the inequality. What's the first thing you do? The first step you always take when you have two
Add and
steps.
subtract.
First step, you add or subtract. What's the second step?
Multiplying, dividing.
Okay, go ahead and write this, please. I want to make sure that that is a part of you now. That is part of
Your life.
your life forever. Yes. That every single one of you in all the universes, you know this.
Oh wait, I did it wrong.
If there's several Peter Parkers, of course there can be several Brendas, right? Several Marcelas, several Alans, several Vianas, several Cadence. Yeah. Now sometimes in the Plaza Mall you see people and you think, oh, is that? And then they're not. But sometimes, you know. Now,
Hold it for me for a little bit.
no problem. Now, what do you do first, guys? What's the first step?
Adding.
Adding, subtracting. So what are we going to add or subtract in this inequality?
10. We're gonna
10.
add 10.
What I do to one side,
Other
I have
side.
to do where?
Other side.
These canceled out. What is 7 minus 10? What?
3.
7 minus 10. Same sign or different sign?
Same time.
Different sign.
Oh, because we're adding.
Different sign. Well, in a way, yes, it is the same sign, but we're going to treat them as they're different signs. Different signs, what do you do?
Add. You should shop. Oh,
Subtract. What's 10 minus 7?
3.
What's 10 minus 7, guys?
3. I said 3.
10 minus 7.
3.
Okay. We'll stop there. 3. Which one is bigger?
10.
10. So it's negative 3. Ahora sí. This is what we ended up with. What are these two doing?
They're adding each other. They're multiplying.
Multiplying. What's the opposite of multiplying by negative 0.75?
Dividing by 0.75.
Now, the good thing, they already did it for us, because usually dividing with decimals is a little bit of a hassle, you know, it's a little bit hard, but they did it for us. But what do you see? What do you see happen? What do you notice?
It's positive. Equals to negative. The 3 is negative.
Okay, I like that. That's one of the things, yes. When you divide a negative with a negative, it turns positive. That's good. What else do you notice?
The sign changed.
The what?
The sign changed. So right here.
Signs change what?
Yeah, because right here it says less equal to.
Okay, this is saying what, Mr. Armando?
Less than equal to.
Less than or equal to.
Another one
And
saying
now,
greater
what is
equal to. Greater equal to.
That's because whenever you divide or multiply, write this. When you multiply,
Okay.
when you multiply or divide by a negative number,
My bad. Oh my god, I'm messing up so bad.
when you multiply, you gotta reverse the inequality symbol.
¿Le puedes decir tú, sir? Esta.
When you multiply or divide by a negative number,
¿Le puedes decir tú?
you flip the symbol. When you multiply
I'm not writing anything.
or divide by a negative number, all you gotta do is flip the sign, flip the symbol, flip the inequality symbol. And that's what I wanted to make sure that you guys knew. You divide by a negative, just flip the symbol. That's it. That's it. There's no more to it. Now, is this open or
Close.
closed? And what number is it going to be at?
4.
4. Right here, we already have our closed circle on 4. And what way is it going? Left or right?
Left, right.
Can someone try to read this one, please?
P, yeah.
Greater. Is 5 greater than 4? Is 5 greater than 4?
Yes.
It's 10 greater than 4? 15? What way are we going to go?
To the left. To the right.
To the right, guys. To the right. And you can use
Because that's where
even,
the arrow goes.
you can even use exactly, Michelle Mano. What was that?
Because that's where the arrow goes.
Because that's where the arrow goes. It's pointing to the right. Now, Joshua wants to complete the first mile of a 5-mile run in 10 minutes or less running at a steady pace. Can someone find what's important in this problem?
5-mile run.
5-mile run.
Okay, 5-mile run,
In 10 minutes or less.
10 minutes or less. So it's going to be what? Less than or? Less than or equal to. Which is exactly what we have right here.
5 miles, 10 minutes.
And what other number is important?
10? No, 5.
Oh.
I'm writing so much right now. Yeah, okay, check me. It's not even writing.
Pues que nomás es, it's what we
Look,
gave you.
look. Look,
fine.
Peter.
Now, guys ready?
Yeah.
5-mile run, 10 minutes or less. This is exactly what we have right here. They're already giving you the inequality. Hi. Sorry. They're already giving you the inequality, which is this one right here. Can you put it over there, Mr. Marcos, please? Yeah. Apologize, guys, for the ones in the YouTube video, because when you do a little bit of noise, I owe you candy. Now, the inequality 5 minus, what are the P and the 6 doing?
Repeat.
Dividing.
They're
So
dividing each other.
take that into consideration, please. And the total is 4. Julissa, ¿me puedes hacer un favor, por favor? Atrás de Jaciel, por favor. ¿Okay? Gracias. Okay, ahora, what's the first step you do
You divide
when you have 2 steps?
each shot. Yeah, adding and subtracting.
You're adding and subtracting?
Adding.
So right now, what are we gonna do with the 5? It's a positive 5, so what are we gonna do?
Leave it alone.
I'm sorry?
We're gonna leave it alone.
What do we do?
Or we subtracting.
Yes, we subtract 5. Because the 5 is not the one that is subtracting. The one that's subtracting is the p divided by 6. The 5 is right there on its own. If you were to flip them, you were to have negative p over 6 plus 5. Plus 5 because the 5 is positive. So the opposite of doing that is minus 5. But what we do to one side, I have to do where?
Another side.
To the other side. This is what we had if we were to flip them. Now, let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to write it again. I'm going to subtract 5, but what I do to one side, I have to do
Other
where?
side.
These cancel each other out. I bring everything else down. That's right. I keep forgetting about that. Now, 5 and 4, same sign or different sign?
Same sign.
Same signs, what do you, oh, no, different sign.
Oh,
Different signs, what do you do?
subtract.
Subtract. What's 5 minus 4?
1.
Which one is bigger?
5.
5. So it's negative 1. Now, what are these two doing, guys?
Dividing.
Dividing. What's the opposite of dividing by
Multiplying
6?
by 6.
Multiplying by negative 6. What I do to one side, I have to
Other
do what?
side.
Now remember, guys, I'm multiplying by negative 6. Multiplying by a negative. These cancel each other out. Now I just have positive p. What's negative 1 times negative 6?
6. Negative 6.
Negative times a negative equals a what?
Negative 6.
Positive.
And you flip the sign, so it's p is greater than.
Now, I have p and I have 6. What is going to happen?
Flip the sign and you have.
Flip the signs. Because the negative 6 is a negative. And if you always have negative, you always switch the signs.
When you multiply or divide, very, very good job. Yes, very, very good job. When you multiply or divide by a negative, cuando multiplican
You switch the
o
the
dividen
signs.
por un negativo, simplemente volteas el símbolo. You just flip the symbol. Okay. Well, that's probably a good place to stop for now. In the second video, in the second part of the class, we're going to do independent practice, basically. That way I can make sure that you guys are ready.